Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, June 6th, 2024, 6:30 a.m. And I am so delighted that you could join me this morning. You're at Forex Smart Trade. We train people to be professional currency traders using our simple but accurate proprietary trading indicators. And we've got a dozen different signals. I'm going to show you the one I principally trade with. And hopefully you'll find it as suitable to your needs as I have. I've been trading about 5 years. And this is the only tool I use to trade with. So with that, let's jump in and see what we've got going this morning. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll get going. Thanks.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We teach in multiple methods. We have videos that provide learning. We do group webinars that provide learning. We do live trade sessions like this that we provide live learning. Here's a schedule. The top part, the yellow, are the times that I do the live trades. I do it Tuesday, Thursday morning, and Monday afternoon. And probably sometime shortly, I will add a Wednesday session. Right now, Wednesday evenings, Sean does a live trade. And then every afternoon around 4:15, I send out my overnight trade setup. When you become a regular member, you get a lot more opportunities for the live trades. There's one every morning. There's another one every evening at 6. And then there's training sessions, advanced training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and back to the basics on Wednesday. So lots of opportunities to be in a group of people who are interested and committed to trading. I work off of a little checklist that kind of helps keep me focused. So let's take a look. Every day, good habit to restart the green chart. I find it helps performance. It keeps it running fast, and it picks up any updates. At the end of every day, it is good to review the trades that didn't go as planned and kind of figure out why. One of the great things with our indicators is it's got the simulator built in. Simulator helps with back testing, so we can go back. You can go back in time and then move the clock forward and look for setups and get good at quickly being able to identify when a setup appears and being able to trade it, and then also just to have confidence that when I see this setup, it works. I've run through 100 trades, and it works 80 or 90% of the time. So with our simulator, if a trade doesn't go the way you want, you can go back and take a look specifically what you're looking at and try to figure out why. Now, sometimes you'll do everything right. You follow the trade to the T, and it just didn't go your way. That happens sometimes. So like last night on our pound yen, the signal was there. It was a good signal. It just reversed. And that happens every once in a while. And again, my day ends when I send that signal out. So from that point forward, I'm not really looking at it. Had I looked at it and saw that it changed, I would have probably hedged it. But since the days are so long right now, I go out. I'm outside, so I'm not near the computer. So I missed it. And tonight, you know where I'll be. Watching my Celtics tonight on their way to another championship. Been a long time since I followed the Celtics. Used to be way back when, in the days of Larry Bird. I used to follow them quite aggressively. And when my son was here at Christmas visiting, he had the Celtics game on, and I watched a little bit of it and got back into it. So it's been a while since I've followed the Celtics. I wasn't really much of a fan when they won their last championship with Paul Pierce and who's the big guy there. Anyways, but this group seems like a fun group, so I'm going to be watching tonight. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. However, news does impact currency prices, so we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. Best place I've found to look at the news is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks the news down into three components. Yellow, which is low impact. I tend to ignore those. Orange, which is medium impact. I also tend to ignore those, but some people will pay attention. And these red ones are ones that I want to trade around because these can move the market. So this morning at 8:15, we've got Europe is going to announce something with respect to interest rates, and they're going to make a monetary policy statement. Generally, I like to be out of the trade 2 hours beforehand because people who are connected get this information before it's officially released, and it starts to impact the market before the indicators can pick up the change. And when these announcements happen, the changes can sometimes be dramatic and steep. So we don't want to get caught there. And then a little bit later at 8:15, there are unemployment claims. And then 8:45, they're going to have a press conference to discuss the announcements here. So this limits us a little bit. So we're going to avoid trading the euro this morning and the USD. I am going to go through them just so if we part of what we're doing here is not only to get a trade that we can make some money with, but it's a teaching moment. So I want to, if I can see a good setup, I want to show you what that good setup looks like. The trade I am going to do, which is one of a dozen different trade signals that we have. And when we train someone, we will create a customized trade plan around your availability to trade and your risk preferences. This one suits me. It's a 10-point trade signal. I like to trade it off of a 1 hour chart, but you can trade it off of anywhere from a 30-minute chart on up. I like to be about halfway into the chart before to give the signals a chance to form. On a 1 hour chart, trades are going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot tends to be 11 pips. So you'll see a lot of my trades are at that. I'm trading a lot size of 10. So, I'm making a little over $1,000 each trade. On a 1 hour chart, the trade should close within 1 to 3 hours. And basically the strategy is simple. I want to get lines from each of the 3 sections all to line up. And when I do, I've got a good trade. So let's take a look. The chart we are going to trade off of is the light 6 major, which is one of the standard charts. It is a composite chart. It is going to show 6 different currency pairs. These are all US based. So we will start with the middle section of the chart, which we call the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market's oversold, that is generally a good time to buy. And specifically, I want all the lines going up. And the reverse is true with this horizontal blue line, which is the overbought line. When the market's overbought, so the lines are up here, I want the lines pointing down. So right now we're oversold. Minors are going up, but the majors are going down. So I want agreement. I want all the lines going up. So if I don't see that, I don't need to look at the rest of it. I can just move on. Euro USD oversold. The majors and minors have entered the channel, but they're kind of reversing direction. Majors are sideways. Both are sideways. Pound USD, minors or majors are coming down. Minors are sideways. So nothing here. Dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought. Minors going up, majors going down. So again, no agreement. Dollar, Swiss franc. We're approaching oversold. Everybody's going down. Now, what I am looking for is I want to catch the trade up here when everybody's going down and then just ride it through the channel. And had I been able to do that, we've got 11 pips over 2 hours. So that this would have been the ideal this would be my ideal trade had we been able to catch this. Can I make 11 pips taking a trade here? Yes, I can, but it's just not part of my trade strategy. I'd rather take fewer trades that win, make my 30 pips for the day, and call it a day. Dollar yen, we're in the middle of the channel. It looks like all the lines are going down, but it looks like it's losing gas and starting to turn. So nothing on this first page. So I've cloned this first page and created a second page. And these are non-USD pairs. So euro pound, we're in the minors are overbought, majors are in the channel, but everybody's going sideways. Australian dollar, yen, approaching oversold, majors still going down, minors started to turn. Euro, Canadian dollar, we've got disagreement between the majors and minors. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar in the channel, and it started to turn. Pound yen, majors going down almost 3/4 of the way through the channel. Minors are sideways. Euro, Australian dollar overbought. Everybody's going up. So nothing there. Canadian dollar, yen, approaching oversold, majors going down, minors sideways, so nothing. We want agreement. More agreement we can get, the higher the probability the trade will do what we want. Overbought, majors going up, minors going down. Again, no agreement. No agreement. New Zealand dollar, yen, no agreement. Wow, everybody this morning is no agreement here. Oversold. Majors are going sideways, minors going up. Euro, Swiss franc, oversold going down. And let's go to our last group. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold going down. Swiss franc, yen. We've got a turn in the middle of the channel. This is something I might trade on the Euro USD, but on this I'm not. I want to catch it either on this side of the blue line or this side of the red line. So in the middle, I'm going to pass. Euro yen oversold going down. Pound Australian dollar kind of sideways. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc oversold going down, nothing. And then again, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, we don't have agreement. Let's change up here. And one of the nice things about the program is we do have multiple trade strategies. So I'm going to change to a little scalp trade and see if we have that scalp trade available. And this trade is called the thick orange line trade. And it's based on what the thick orange line is doing. And this thick orange line is a scaled line. When it is as low as it can go, it is at 0. And you can see it's just a little bit above 0 here. When it's at 0, it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. And you can see it's been at 0 the last 2 hours. So when this is at 0, it's a prospective buy. And to confirm that buy, because we don't want to trade on just one piece of information, I'm going to take a look at what's going on with the majors and minors. And specifically, I want the red line. I want the red line to be past the horizontal, the red line on the major to be past the red line on the horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. So right now it's just touching. I really want it to be down here. So I've got part 1 of the test. It needs to either be 0 or 10, which is on either end of the scale, or within 1 point of either end of the scale. So 0.08 is within 1 of 0. So I've got part 1, but I don't have part 2. Now, the only other restriction on this trade is that I need to take it when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. So right now, we're at 11 minutes left in the hour. So it's a little early to take it. We don't have it here, but when we jump over to the NZD CHF, we've got 0.1, which is within 1 of 0, and all of my lines, my red line is below. The red line on the majors is below the horizontal red line, so I have both elements here. So NZD CHF is a buy. But we're not going to take it yet because it's a little early. I want to see that this holds when we get to under 5 minutes. But we'll go through the chart and see what other setups we have. So 1.3 isn't close enough. I want 0 or 10. 0.17, that is close enough. But look where my red line is. My red line's in the middle of the channel going down. So this is telling me there's more down in the movement. So I don't have the second element that I'm looking for. 0.2 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. Well, let's go. And this is a it's either there or it's not. So Euro Swiss franc 0, and the line is the red line is past the horizontal red line. The red line of the minors, or excuse me, the red line of the majors is past the oversold line. So we have a second setup. Now, you'll notice both of these are on the Swiss franc. Now, the one thing that's a little interesting here, let me just go back. What's interesting here is the Swiss franc is a second pair, and we've got a buy signal. Oh, yes, and we've got a buy signal. Okay, both buys. They should both be the same. When we get down to 5 minutes, I'm not going to take both of these trades. I'm going to take the one that I think is better. So we'll take a closer look once we get under that 5 minute mark. But let's see if we see any others. So we found two setups here. 6 isn't close enough. 0.2 is within 1 of 0. But my red line isn't past. My red line on the major indicator isn't past the oversold line. Not close enough. 6 isn't close enough. 0.2, yes, is within 1. But look where my red line is. My red line is still in the channel. It's almost there, but not quite. So this is telling me, the majors are telling me there's still more down in the movement. So we're going to pass. Point 4 isn't close enough. 0.4 pound yen. That's close enough. It's within 1, but my red line isn't there yet. Red line isn't there, so we're going to pass. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, no. 5 isn't close enough. 0.7, yes. Red line is touching. I want my red line to be past this horizontal red line. What's happening is when this is at 0 and this red line is past the oversold line, it's like pulling a rubber band, and we're going to get a little snap when the candle changes. So that's why we're waiting till under 5 minutes. If that's holding, then when the candle changes, we'll get it. And some traders even wait to see that this number changes, and we'll enter the trade after the hour. I've had good success. If we see this and this is right, we'll get the snap. 8 isn't close enough. Uh, 0, yes. Been at 0 the last 2 hours. But my majors red line is still in the channel. So no. 0, yes. But red line isn't there. 0.6, yes. Red line isn't there. 3, no, no, no. So going back to the 2 that we saw, now my problem here, I probably like this one better than this one. And the reason I like it better is I like it when the majors have come from overbought to oversold. Here they've been hanging out oversold for a long time. I find we get more of the snap when we have this. It's been overbought, it's coming to oversold, and it's going to snap. Now, I think we're going to take the other one, the NZD Swiss franc, because we've got a news item coming up. And I know the news item is like over an hour away, but that might impact this. So, and if for some reason the snap is a little delayed, I don't want to get caught holding the trade when that news item comes out. So I think we are going to, even though I like this setup better, I think we're going to take this trade. So 0.1, and the red line is below. So we're going to take a 5 pip buy. Well, actually, I want to check one more thing. So let's go to our MetaTrader 4, and this is New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. So right now I don't have New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. Oh, there it is. I want to see what the spread is. So the spread is a half a pip. So we're going from 13 to 13.7. That's about the max. The spread is what you're kind of paying for the trade to go in addition to the commission. And on the Euro USD, you'll see it's a fraction, it's a point from 6.2 to 6.4 or 6, so 2 points. Here we're looking at a half a pip. So that means we have to make a half a pip before we get anything. So that's about 10% of the value of the trade. I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and take a buy on the NZD CHF, and this is a demo account. There's $12,000 in it, so I'm going to click New Order. My lot size is going to be, I'm going to move the decimal place over one spot, so 1.2, or move the decimal place over 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could take anywhere from half of that, 0.6, to double that. I'm just going to take the 1.2, mark it buy. It's recorded. We're going to then right-click, go to modify. And this trade is worth 5 pips. So 5 pips equals 50 points. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. And we're going to use, because of the accuracy of this trade, we're going to use a 4-to-1. So 5 pip take profit is a 20 pip stop loss, or 200 points. And the only other thing is I want to make sure I get my full 5 pips. I got in at 0.5513. So if I add 5 to that, I am going to go to 188. I'm going to just up this a little bit. So 5 pips, 0.5513. I'm going to go to 0.5518. Then I'm going to click modify. And so we took a trade, a buy trade on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc using the thick orange line, and take profit is 0.55188, 0.55188, and a stop loss of 0.54925, 0.54925. So I expect this trade to close within the next 1 hour. it may go a little bit longer, but basically within the next hour, I expect this trade to close. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We will reconvene on another live trade next Monday afternoon at 3:30. If you want to learn to trade, the best way to do that is find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. And we're willing to do that. And we're so confident we can do it well and make you profitable that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with our money and split what you make. So that's a pretty good deal. Last thing I'd like to take a look at actually is I'd like to see that this number changes by 1. And it did. It went from 0.1 to 1.5. So we should see that turn start to happen soon. Okay, gang. Thanks so much, and we will see you. We'll see you on Monday. Bye bye. Have a great weekend, and go Celtics. Let's put all of our effort into thinking good things about them. All right. Bye-bye.